Today I'm going to show you how to get started with your coat of arms shield. Let's get started. You're going to need your coat of arms planning sheet with your sketch of your shield, scissors, messy mat, templates, felt sheets, markers, and tacky glue. First thing we're going to start is with our shield design, and we're going to find the templates that match our shield design. Once you have your templates, go ahead and find the color felt that you need for your shield. Once you have your felt sheets, you can go ahead and take a marker so that way you can trace your templates onto your felt sheets. When tracing your templates onto the felt sheet, try to get your template as close to the edge as you can, so that way we can save the rest of the felt sheet so we can use for our symbols. Once you're done with your marker, go ahead and put that away. Once you're done with your templates, go ahead and put that away. Before cutting up your felt sheet, make sure to cut it in a way that you are able to recycle and reuse a majority of the felt sheet. This piece of felt we can recycle, so put it back into the felt box and continue cutting your felt. We can't recycle this small piece of felt, so we're going to go ahead and throw this out. To make sure that your piece fits, go ahead and just cut a little bit out and then measure it, and then you can readjust your piece. Once you are ready to glue your felt pieces, if you don't want any of your marker lines to show up, you can just easily flip it over so that way it doesn't show. You're going to get your tacky glue and you're going to glue your piece of felt onto your shield base. With this glue, you don't need to put so much, but you do need to put it around the edges. Once you're done gluing your pieces to the shield base, you're going to go ahead and use your coat of arms planning sheet to create the symbols to add to your shield. When you're creating your symbols with the felt sheet, try to find recycled pieces of felt so that way we can reuse them. Also, you first want to use the felt color that's the majority on your symbol. So for example, my elephant, the first color that I'm going to use is going to be gray, since that's the majority of the color that I need. Once you find your color felt, go ahead and decide where your symbol is going to go, so that way you can kind of have an idea of what size felt you need. Again, when you are drawing onto the felt, do not draw in the middle, so that way we can recycle the felt, but rather draw on the edge of that felt. And so once I have my piece of felt and I have my design, I'm going to draw it on the edge. I'm only going to draw the outline of my elephant. Once I'm done drawing the outline and shape of my elephant, I'm going to cut around the elephant so that way I can recycle the rest of this felt. I can recycle this and put it back into the felt box. I'm going to go ahead and cut out my elephant shape. Now I can decide where I'm going to put my elephant symbol. Once I decide where I'm going to put it, I'm going to go ahead and glue it. Also, if you don't want the markers to show, you can just flip it and glue it with the marker side down. I'm going to continue with my elephant design since I have another color that I can add, which is that pink. Again, since you don't need a lot, try to draw it at the edge of the piece of felt. Cut around it. Recycle this piece of felt to the felt box and cut your shape. Once you're done, go ahead and glue it. Once you're done with one of your symbols, you're going to go ahead and complete the rest of your coat of arms shield. Once you're done gluing all of your shapes onto your coat of arms shield base, go ahead and start picking up your work area. Next time we're going to go ahead and stitch in some lines to add some details to our coat of arms shields. Great job! Today I'm going to show you how to create a whip stitch that goes around your coat of arms shield. Let's get started. You're going to need your felt coat of arms, scissors, your sewing kit that has yarn, needle threaders, and needles. When getting your yarn, you want to make sure that you continue pulling the string that's already out, okay? And you want to measure it from your fingertips all the way to your shoulders. Once you have it measured, pull it a little bit more so that way you can leave the string for somebody else to use. Get your scissors and cut it. Go ahead and put your string back into the sewing box. Get a needle and a needle threader, which is just a folded piece of paper. First thing you're going to do is you're going to put your string inside your piece of paper like a hot dog. Make sure your string is not out and make sure it's inside of the piece of paper. Now you're going to get your needle and you're going to put your piece of paper through the eye of the needle like so. Okay, make sure you have it pinched so the string doesn't get loose, and then pinch it through. Now you have it. You can put your piece of paper back inside your sewing box. Now that you threaded your needle, the first thing you need to do is you need to make a knot. So make the letter O. Once you make the letter O, you're going to bring this tail under and inside of that letter O, and then you're going to pull just to make a knot. Now that you secured the thread to the needle, you have to go all the way to the end of your thread. You want to do the letter O, have your tail go through the letter O, and do it again. So a letter O. Have your tail go through the letter O, and try to make sure that you are putting your new knot on top of the old one so it becomes a double knot. Now that you have a double knot on the end, your thread is secured to your needle. The first stitch that I'm going to show you to do is called a whip stitch. Okay, you are going to start from behind your shield. Okay, so you're going to pull your needle through and make sure you pull it all the way through. You're going to stop once it reaches the double knot. For this whip stitch, all you're gonna do, we're gonna go around the edges, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go around and then back up, and I'm gonna pull through. So, and it's gonna be whipping around. So again, just gonna go up, behind, and I'm gonna pull through. Okay, so it's gonna slowly start to whip around. Okay, so again, all the way to the bottom. And through. Okay. You want to try to keep them close together. Once you get to the corner, pull it up and then rotate your shield and continue whipping it under and up. Now, if your thread comes undone from your needle, go ahead and get your piece of paper and thread it again and continue. Once you are noticing that you're running low on your thread, you're going to tie it off on the back. So you're going to pull up, you're going to flip it over. So to tie it off, you want to tie a knot through the last stitch that you made. So this is how we're going to do it. You're going to stick your needle just underneath the last stitch you made. You're going to pull it under, and you're going to turn it around, and you're going to go through this little hoop, and it's going to tie a knot for you. Okay, and you want to do it a double knot. Okay, so again, you're going to pull through the last stitch and go tie it under, and tie your knot. Now that it's double knotted, you're going to go ahead and cut your thread. It should be staying still. We can throw away this thread. You're going to re-thread your needle. You're going to start where you left off, so you're just going to go up, pull it all the way through, and continue to whip it. So go around to the bottom, up, around to the bottom and up. Again, once you get to the corner, turn it, rotate it, and continue along the edge. Remember, if your thread comes undone from your needle, go ahead and get your piece of paper and re-thread it. Once you come to the end, remember, pull up, flip your shield back, and you want to tie a knot through the last stitch. So you want to put your needle through, and then turn it around and go through the little hoop that you just created, tie a knot. If you can do this twice, that would be great. So again, you want to go through the last stitch and then turn your needle around to go through the hole. And then you can cut your thread. Good job. Make sure your piece of paper goes back into the sewing box. Make sure your needle goes back to the magnet. Make sure your strings are put inside your sewing box. Close it. Put away your scissors. And that's how you create a whip stitch. Great job. We're going to continue stitching our coat of arms, and today I'm going to show you how to do a running stitch. You're going to need your felt coat of arms and your sewing box. You're going to need your needle threader, and your string. Remember, when you're pulling your string, make sure you hold the opposite end and then pull, and you want it the length from your fingertip to your shoulder. Go ahead and pull a little bit more and then cut it, and make sure you leave a tail so that way the next person can use this same string. Go ahead and put your string inside your piece of paper like a hot dog. Make sure it does not come out of the piece of paper. Push the piece of paper through the eye of the needle and pull it out. Now we want to make a knot. You want to make the letter O. Once you make the letter O, you want to fish the tail through inside the letter O and then pull. Now that you have tied a knot on your needle, go ahead and tie a double knot at the end of your thread. Again, you want to make the letter O, fish the tail inside the letter O, pull, and you want to do a double knot, so you want to do that again. So you do the letter O, fish it inside the letter O, and make sure that you are putting your knot on top of the first knot, so that way it can be a double knot. We are going to add a running stitch to our line that divides our shield. And so to start a running stitch, you're going to start from the back side of your felt. You're going to push it through. Make sure you push it all the way up until you see the double knot stopping it. Now all you're going to do is go right back down. Once you're on the back side, you're going to come back up. You want to get as close as you did from the last stitch, and you want to pull back up and then back down. Okay, and you're going to run this stitch along the side of your shape. If your string comes out, go ahead and thread it again. Once you're getting close to the end of your thread, you want to tie a knot on the back side, so make sure you put your stitch going down. Turn it over. Now you want to fish your needle through the last stitch that you made. Go through it. You want to turn the needle around to go back inside this hoop. Pull it, and you made a knot, and you want to double knot it, so you want to do it again. So you want to go underneath through the last stitch, go through this hoop and pull. Now you can take your scissors and cut it. You can pull this thread out and you can re-thread it again. Once you're ready again, you want to go back from behind your felt and come back up. Once you're done with your last stitch, make sure you turn it over, pull your needle through the last stitch that you made, and go through the hole, pull. I'm going to double knot it, and once you're done, you can go ahead and cut your access thread. And you did a running stitch. If you have time, you can do a running stitch to embellish your symbols on your shield. Great job.